The Dragon Who Painted Dreams, a magical story for children. In the heart of a quiet, misty mountain lived a baby dragon named Doodle. He was small for a dragon, with shiny scales that shimmered like moonlight on a puddle. But Doodle had a big secret. You see, while other dragons breathed fire, bright orange, hot, and smoky, Doodle didn't. When Doodle tried to breathe fire, sparkles came out instead. Poof! Brilliant bursts of pink, blue, and gold danced in the air like fireworks. They didn't burn anything. They just floated like butterflies and then faded into the breeze. Doodle's Mama Dragon and Papa Dragon tried not to look surprised. "Well, not all dragons are the same," Mama said kindly, nuzzling his nose. "But what good is a dragon who can't breathe fire?" whispered Doodle, curling into a ball. He didn't feel dangerous. He didn't feel mighty. He just felt alone. Far below Doodle's mountain, in a cozy little house with blue shutters and a crooked chimney, lived a girl named Nora. Nora was 5 years old and very curious. She loved painting, bedtime stories, and catching raindrops on her tongue. But sometimes at night, Nora had trouble sleeping. Shadows looked like monsters. Noises sounded like giants. Her dreams would swirl with wild colors, and not the nice kind. One evening, Nora tiptoed out into her garden in her pajamas. The moon was high, and the stars blinked like sleepy eyes. "I wish I had someone to chase away the scary dreams," she whispered into the night. Above, on his mountain, Doodle felt her wish. He didn't know how or why, but his heart began to glow. That same night, Doodle fluttered down the mountain, following the tug in his chest. He landed in Nora's garden with a quiet thump. Nora blinked. Doodle blinked back. They stared at each other for a very long moment. "Are you a dragon?" Nora asked, holding her stuffed bunny close. Doodle nodded shyly. Then, just to show her, he took a deep breath and breathed out. Poof! A swirl of rainbow sparkles shimmered over the roses. The petals glowed and twirled like tiny dancers. Nora's eyes went wide. "You're magical!" she gasped. Doodle ducked his head. "I'm just different." "I like different," Nora said with a smile. "Want to be friends?" And just like that, they were. From that night on, Doodle and Nora met in the garden whenever the stars came out. One evening, Doodle said, "I think I can do more than make sparkles. I think I can fly into dreams." Nora's mouth dropped open. "Real dreams?" Doodle nodded. "Wanna come?" Nora climbed onto Doodle's back, wrapping her arms around his neck. With a flap and a swirl of glittering wind, they soared into the sky, higher than clouds, higher than the moon, until everything turned soft and sleepy. And then they slipped into a dream. The first dream they visited belonged to a boy named Max. Max was dreaming of a giant growling monster with too many teeth. "Oh no," Nora whispered. "He's scared." Doodle took a deep breath and poof! Out came stripes of funny pink and orange, curling into giggles and balloon animals. The monster blinked, then sneezed glitter. Achoo! Suddenly, the monster shrank, turned fluffy, and started to giggle too. Max laughed in his sleep, hugging his pillow. "Another dream saved," said Doodle, proud. Nora patted his head. "You're amazing." And off they flew to the next. They visited a girl who dreamed of falling stars. Doodle painted a rainbow bridge so she could walk among them. They helped a shy boy dream of singing on stage with a band made of penguins and pandas. They gave a little girl a candy forest with jelly bean flowers and chocolate syrup rivers, just as she wished. Each time, Doodle breathed out sparkling colors that shaped the dream just right. Nora added tiny details, painting stars and hearts and silly hats. Together, they were dream artists. One night, as they flew, dark clouds began to gather in the dream sky. Uh-oh, a huge stormy dream was swirling below. Lightning cracked across the sky and thunder growled like a grumpy bear. "It's a nightmare," Nora said, clutching Doodle's scales. "Someone needs us." They dove into the storm and found a boy named Jonah hiding under a blanket in a dream full of shadows. "I'm scared," he whimpered. Doodle felt a little scared too. His colors didn't work like usual. They fizzled in the rain. Nora reached out and held Doodle's paw. "You can do it," she whispered. "Just try with your heart." Doodle took a deep breath. He thought of soft lullabies, of warm hugs, of starry skies and safe snuggles. Then, boom! Out burst a wave of shimmering midnight blue, calm lavender and golden sparkle mist. It wrapped around Jonah like a soft blanket. The storm melted away. Jonah smiled in his sleep. Nora beamed. "That was the most beautiful one yet." Doodle smiled back, because it came from love. News of the dream painting dragon spread, at least in the dream world. Children all over began to dream of him. They left notes under pillows. "Dear Doodle, come visit me. Can you paint me a dinosaur circus? I had a bad day. Could you bring a rainbow?" One night, Doodle and Nora found a field filled with dreamers waiting. So they created something special, the Festival of Dreams. Nora painted tents and twinkling lights in the sky. Doodle breathed fireworks that turned into dream creatures, dancing dolphins, giggling clouds, and roller coasters made of moonbeams. Children ran through the dream festival, laughing, flying, and playing, and everywhere the sky glowed with love and color. One morning, as the sun began to rise, Nora yawned on Doodle's back. "I think I need to sleep in my bed for real," she said sleepily. Doodle nodded. "Dream flying is a lot of work." They landed gently in her garden. The grass sparkled with morning dew. "Will you still visit me?" Nora asked. "Always," said Doodle. "Whenever you need me, just close your eyes and think of color." He nuzzled her cheek with his warm, glittery nose. And with a flap and a shimmer, he was gone. But not really. That night, Nora climbed into bed and whispered, "Good night, Doodle." She dreamed of soft clouds and glowing stars. Far away, in a cozy mountain cave filled with paint sparkles and dream maps, Doodle curled up with a yawn. He wasn't lonely anymore. He was the dragon who painted dreams, and he had so many more to paint.